Welcome back. So we are doing the problems on a direct proportion. So we continue the class. Observe the following table and find if x is directly proportional. Now in this table, x is given as 20, 17, 14, 11, 8, some different values they have mentioned. Similarly in case of y also we have different values. Now from these two, by observation we have to tell that whether x is directly proportion or not. See, if x is directly proportion, if x is directly proportion to y, we denote like this. This is a proportionality constant. If x is directly proportional to y, we write x is equal to ky. We write x is equal to ky. So what is this k? This k is called a proportionality constant. So here we need to find out the proportionality constant in each of these cases. In each of these cases we have to find out the proportionality constant. If that proportionality constant is same throughout the table, then we say it is a direct proportion. Okay, so just we'll check whether it is direct proportion or not. So here how to find k? This k is nothing but x by y. This k is nothing but x by y. So first what I will do is I will divide these two. See, 20 by 40. See, if I divide 20 by 40, what is the result? We'll get 0, 0 cancel. Okay, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. I am getting 1 by 2. Now, if I take 17 by 34 and if I divide 17 1s are 17 2s are 1 by 2 I got. Like that, 14 by 28, if we do it, we'll get 1 by 2. 11 by 22 is also 1 by 2, right? 8 by 16 is also 1 by 2. 5 by 10, 1 by 2. 2 by 4 is also 1 by 2. So what we observe, the proportionality constant is same throughout the table. Therefore we say that the first one is x is directly proportional to y. Okay, so the first one is completed. Now when we go to the second one, same method, we are checking for a direct proportion. We will find out the proportionality constant. For that we will divide. See, 6 by 4, it is nothing but 2 3s are 2 2s are, we got 3 by 2. 10 by 8, 2 5s are 2 4s are, we got 5 by 4, it's changed. So 14 by 12, 2 7s are 2 6s are, getting a different value. 18 by 16, 2 9s are 2 8s are, right? So 22 by 20, 2 11s are 2 10s are. 26 by 24, 2 13s are 2 12s are. Then 30 by 28, it is 2 15s are 2 14s are. So what we observe, the proportionality constant is not same. So therefore the second one is not direct proportion. So what we have to write is the constant or the proportionality constant is not same. So therefore x is not in direct proportion. X is not in direct proportion to y. Okay, so second one is completed. Now we'll go to the third one. So in the third one also we do the same thing. We write 5 by 15, 5 1s are 5 3s are. Now we have 8 by 24, it is 1 by 3 we get, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. Then you have 12 by 36, 12 1s are 12 3s are. Then 15 by 60, it is 15 1s are 15 4s are. So the constant has changed. So this is also not in a direct proportion. 18 by 72, 18 1s are 18 4s are. Then we have 20 by 100, so 20 1s are 25s are. Then 25 by 125, 25 1s are 25 5s are. So throughout the table the constant keeps on changing. Sometimes it is 1 by 3, sometimes it is 1 by 4 and 1 by 5. So therefore the same reason you have to write. So for the third one also, what is the reason we have to write? The constant the constant is not same, the constant is not same, so therefore x is not directly proportional to y. Proportional to y. Okay, so this is completed. Next problem. Sushma has a road map with a scale 1 centimeter representing 18 kilometers. She drives on a road for 72 kilometers. What would be her distance covered in the map? So here first we write the scale on the map, the scale on the map 1 centimeter is equal to 18 kilometers. Okay, now we have to find out the distance covered. So what is the distance we have? The distance is 72 kilometers. So we have to find out the distance on the map. So here the scale on the map we assume as x centimeters. That means see, 1 centimeter they are representing 18 kilometers. Suppose if she covers a distance of 72 kilometers, what is the distance she covered on that map? That I am assuming as x. Now it is direct proportion because 18 kilometers they are representing as 1 centimeters and the distance has increased. 72 kilometers will be more than 1, right? So it is a direct proportion because if one quantity increases, the other quantity also increases. This x also will increase, that we have to find out. As it is a direct proportion, what we do is we represent like this. 18 kilometers is to 1 is as 18 kilometers is the original distance 1 centimeters. For 72 kilometers we have to find out 72 is to x. Now we do product of means is equal to product of extreme. See, 18 kilometers is represented as 1 centimeters, right? Then 72 kilometers, how much we don't know, that I am assuming as x. So product of extremes is equal to the product of means. Extreme means two corner terms, 18 into x. Means the terms which is in between, 72 into 1. So what is x is equal to? It is 72 by 18 implies x is equal to 4. That means 4 centimeters. Therefore, what is the distance on the map? It is 4 centimeters. So this is completed. Next problem. On a grid paper means a graph paper. Draw 5 squares of different sizes. Write the following information in a tabular form. Then after that we have to check whether the side is directly proportional to the perimeter. That is the first one. Again, the side is directly proportional to area or not, we have to check. So to check, what I will do is just we will solve the problem, not on a graph, but normally we will do it. We assume the side of a square. See, we can assume square sides, any length we can assume. So we will assume those measurements as like 3 centimeters and this is 4 centimeters, 5, 6, 7, anything we can take. Now what is perimeter of a square? Perimeter of a square is 4 into side. That means to find the perimeter of in this tabular column, we have to multiply the side with 4. 4 3s are 12, 4 4s are 16, 4 5s are 20, 4 6s are 24, 4 7s are 28. Then after that, area. What is area of square? Area of square is side into side, s into s, or we can also say that s square. That means if you square the side, we will get the area. So 3 square 9, this area is 9. 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49. So we have assumed the sides, we got perimeter and we got area. Now after that, check whether the length of a side is proportion to perimeter. So here I will do it. Perimeter, whether the side is proportion to perimeter or not. How to find? Just see, he is asking about the perimeter. So perimeter is nothing but these two we have to divide. That means 3 by 9. That means it is length of the side by the area. P is equal to L by A. So what we get here, if you divide the first one, it is 3 by 9. What is 3 by 9? It is 1 by 3. Okay, the next case, it is 4 by 16. 4 by 16, it is 1 by 4. Then 5 by 25. It is 1 by 5. Then 6 by 36. It is 1 by 6. Then 7 by 49. It is 1 by 7. That means, see, we have different constants we got. 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 6, 1 by 7. So what we can say, we can clearly say that the length of a side is not directly proportional to perimeter. Length of a side, length is not directly proportion to perimeter. Okay, now after that, about the area of square. Now here we have to check whether the side of a square, whether the side is directly proportional to area or not. Side is directly proportional to area or not, we have to check. So in order to do that, what we have to do is we have to find out the area. So area means what you have to do, area. So just do L by P. So this is nothing but L by P we are doing 3 by 12. 3 ones are 3 fours are. Then 4 by 16. 1 by 4. Then 5 by 20 is also 1 by 4. Okay, then after that 6 by 24. It is 1 by 4. Then we have 7 by 28. 7 by 28 is also 7 ones are 7 fours are 1 by 4. So throughout the constant is same, that is 1 by 4. That since the constant is same, we say that the area is directly proportion to the perimeter. Directly proportional to the length. Directly proportional to the length, or we can say the length of a side. The length of a side is directly proportion to the area of square. Okay, this is completed. So next one, example problem will solve. A shopkeeper sells 6x for 30 rupees. What would be the cost of 10x? So here the cost of 6x is rupees 30. Now we have to find out the cost of 10x, that I will assume as x. Now here see, 6x cost 30 rupees. 6 is to 30 is as 10x cost we have to find out, that I am assuming as x. Now they are in proportion, so just do product of means and product of extremes. This is product of means, product of extremes. So we get 6 into x is equal to 30 into 10. So x is equal to 30 into 10 by 6. 6 ones are 6 5s are. So x is equal to, we are getting 50. Therefore what is the cost of 10x? It is 50 rupees. Okay, this is completed.